A lot of people make fun of me for my phone case because apparently it looks pink or something. I think it's cute. Hi, I'm T1J. Follow me on Twitter. So I've been real bummed out and stressed out lately. There's just a lot of crazy shit going on in the news this year. So I'm going to try to make more positive, funny, lighthearted videos on my channel to sort of balance out the serious stuff. So today I thought I would look at some of my old tweets. Not just my old tweets, but my very first tweets on Twitter when I first joined Twitter. If you want to see your first few tweets or your first tweet, all you have to do is go to Twitter Advanced Search and you can put in a date range. Just Google Twitter Advanced Search and it'll come up. But anyway, I'm just going to read you my first few tweets. I'm thinking that it's probably going to be embarrassing because it was in 2009. So that was, 7 years ago? I've changed a lot as a person in the past 7 years. And also, this is before I had any followers. Like, I maybe had 10 followers when I first started. So it wasn't really in my head, hey, someone might read this. Let's check it out. First tweet on my Twitter. The One Janitor. December 1st, 2009. New Twitter because I only want to follow people who have interesting updates and I didn't feel like sifting through my other one. Okay, I forgot about this actually. This actually isn't my first Twitter, but I'm pretty sure my other Twitter I started the same year, earlier that year. So I had an original account that I'd never used, but I basically followed a whole bunch of celebrities and just people that I was into. But you quickly learn on Twitter that when you follow a whole bunch of people, your Twitter feed is just a bunch of shit, and a lot of it is shit you don't care about, even if you're following someone that you like. Currently on Twitter, I don't follow that many celebrities because celebrities usually don't tweet that much shit that I'm into. I like to follow people like YouTubers and people in the gaming community and my friends and things like that. That's what I prefer. So I guess back then I was instead of just trying to go through and figure out who I like, I'm just gonna make a new Twitter. So that's the story of that. So I guess the title of this video is a little misleading, but we're gonna go with it. Proof I'm a poor American human. Excited to have signed up for classes, not because I'm closer to graduation, but because of the refund check. So I was still in school at this time. A lot of you that have been following me for a while kind of know my story that I was in college for a long time and I changed my major 4 or 5 times. I just couldn't decide on anything. And then I eventually dropped out. So this was right before I decided to drop out. Now I don't know how it works in other places, other countries, but the way it works is if you have scholarships or grants or loans, mine were mostly loans. Depending on how much they've loaned you, they just sort of apply it to your account. So it covers your tuition, it covers your room and board if that's applicable, covers everything that it needs to cover. And if there's some left over, they just send you a check. You still owe them that money if it's a loan, but they've already agreed to loan it to you, so they just send you the check. The good thing to do would be to give it back to them because you owe it to them. But when someone just sends you a $2,000 check, you feel like a kid at Christmas, especially when you are stupid and terrible with money and don't make good decisions like me at that time. I'm slightly better today, but I'm still working on getting better with money. Huge pet peeve, people who open beers and don't finish them, particularly when people leave these half-full beers sitting around your apartment. Okay, the context of this is at this time, I was living in this apartment with 3 other guys, and I don't know how this happened, but over time, our apartment became party central. We actually got evicted from that apartment because we partied too much and made too much noise and destroyed too many things. It was really ridiculous. Thinking back, it's why was I involved in such fuckery? Anyway, so we would have parties all the time. Of course, this would result in our apartment being completely filthy and messy and junky, basically 24/7. But a thing that people used to do, and this is something that still kind of bothers me, I don't live in a party apartment anymore, but people will drink a beer and then not finish it and then just leave it there. So when we tried to clean up the apartment, there was just all these half full cans of beer and bottles of beer sitting everywhere and just made it extra gross. You get this warm, sticky beer everywhere. You accidentally knock something over. You got beer on the carpet, beer on the kitchen floor. It was just a terrible situation. But it was mostly our fault because we had so many parties and the apartment was always dirty. So, if you don't respect your own place, then obviously no one else is going to respect it. My next tweet is actually a retweet of Rev Run. Rev Run, of course, is 1/3 of the legendary hip-hop group Run DMC. I was a fan of him at the time because I used to watch a reality show with him and his family called Run's House, mainly because I had a crush on both of his daughters, but we won't talk about that. Retweet Rev Run wisdom. You can have amazing relationships if you don't have to be right all the time. And this is actually something, at this time in 2009, I was actually really bad at adhering to this advice, and I've gotten a lot better at it now. I used to be the type of person who always felt that they had to assert their opinion. If I heard something that I thought was wrong, I had to be yo, that's wrong, I'm gonna tell you why. Or if someone wanted to make me do something that I didn't want to do, it's like, I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna follow my principles. But I realized it's not always about being right or who's right. And you don't have to assert your principles all the time, especially in a one-to-one relationship, whether that's a romantic relationship or a friendship. If you feel like you have to be right or you have to tell someone why they're wrong all the time, that's just a formula for a disastrous relationship. Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and be like, I'm not gonna win this one, or I'm gonna bow out in order to continue being civil. I was bad at that at the time, and that's why I retweeted that, because I knew that it was true and I needed to work on it. And I have worked on it. This is actually a good thing to point out. A lot of times you know internally that something is correct and it's the correct way to behave, but it's hard for you to do it. And that's perfectly normal. But just like anything, you want to be good at something, you have to practice it. You get better as you practice it and as you go through life. Never say something, oh, I'll never be able to do that. It's just not in my nature. You can reverse any behavior if you really want to. You just have to give it time. You have to practice. I dislike that it is proper to use the subjective form of a noun that follows a copulative verb. This is for my English nerds. Before I dropped out of college, the last thing that I did study actually was English, like English and literature and writing. And I still agree with this. This still annoys me. This is most annoying to me with the verb to be. When you use the verb to be and its various forms, like is, are, was, if there is a noun after that verb, since it is a copulative verb, the rules say that you're supposed to use the subjective form of that noun. And that makes no sense to me. This doesn't come up that often in the English language, but the one place that it comes up all the time is when, for example, someone calls you on the phone and they say, hello, may I speak to Kevin? You're supposed to say, grammatically, you're supposed to say, this is he. That pisses me off. That's dumb. This is him makes way more sense to me because him is the object of the sentence, so you should probably use the objective form. But no, grammar says you're supposed to say this is he. And I don't like that, and I dislike it so much that I decided to tweet about it. It seems like there's probably a reason for this. I don't know what it is. I dropped out of college. So far, none of these have been that embarrassing for me, although I think we're about to change that trend. Girls, you just can't be nice to a guy that you know likes you. We can't comprehend this just friends stuff. Oh my god. Okay, see, like, I come across in these videos as, like, very well adjusted and, like, pretty intelligent about things like this. I gained a lot of subscribers for dispelling a lot of the myths about the nice guy. And do you know how I learned about that stuff? It's from personal experience. I had to learn those lessons myself. Now, I don't completely disagree with this. I just don't like the way that it was worded. Because I do not advocate not being nice to people regardless of the situation. Unless they're just, completely disrespecting you. But if there's someone that you know has a crush on you or is in love with you or whatever, and you know that there's no way that the relationship is going to be normal ever, then it's possible you might just have to cut that person off. However, at the same time, if you're in that situation, I feel like you gotta suck it up and just stop being a jackass. If you need to take some time apart from the person, do that. Don't just sit around and mope and continue hanging around with someone when you know that doing that makes you feel shitty and makes you sad at night. Like, that's just no way to live. Being friends with people that you admire is great. It's not a second place consolation prize. It's a good thing, and you should learn to accept it because it's good. And if you can't accept it, then you just need to leave. It's not the other person's responsibility to cut you off. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself and do what is best for your personal sanity. Never mind, I don't agree with this tweet anymore. And we'll end it with one more embarrassing tweet about nice guys. Is able to sleep at night because of the gleaming and possibly false hope that nice guys win in the end. I think that this was a cross post from Facebook, and that's why it's worded so weird. Back in the day on Facebook, your status is sort of continued from your name. So it'd be like Kevin is able to sleep at night. But anyway, as I've said before, I haven't talked about it that much recently. It used to be like a main feature of my channel, is sort of dispelling all these myths about nice guys and relationships and things like that. But the idea that nice guys finish last, it's not even a myth. It's just like irrelevant. People like nice people. That's just a fact about humans. Sometimes people are into other people that are edgy or adventurous, but then at the same time, people also like smart people and talented people, funny people, and nerdy people. If you find that the type of person that you're going after doesn't like you, that's probably your fault for going after the wrong type of people. There are so many different types of people in the world, and it's really weird to expect all of them to be into the type of person that you are, or the type of person that you think a person should be like. This idea of sort of the nice guy is just like not a thing, because everyone's different. There's not this like separation of nice guys and assholes. Like, people are more complex than that. So if someone doesn't like you, then you need to figure out, A, maybe you're just not their type, or B, maybe there's something about you that needs to be upgraded. Get over yourself. Get over yourself, Kevin from 2009. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Like I said, I just want to lighten the mood a little bit, do more fun stuff. Hopefully you don't mind that. So if you have any ideas for more videos like this, drop them in the comments. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to all of the new subscribers. I got a bunch of subscribers because Hank Green shared a playlist recently that contained one of my videos. So shout outs to Hank Green and a shout out to all the new subscribers. Please press the thumbs up button and subscribe if you like my hair. Thank you once again for watching my video. For those that don't know, I'm a full-time YouTube creator, and the only way that I'm able to do that is through your support, and a large portion of that support comes through Patreon. Now, Patreon is a crowdfunding site for people like me with ongoing creative projects. It's kind of like an online tip jar where you can set it up to donate just a couple bucks every time I make a new video. So if you find any value in my channel or my videos, or if you just want to support me, please consider signing up for Patreon. That would be super amazing and totally appreciated. But even if you don't feel like it, or if you can't, that's fine too. I just thank you for watching.